Okay, tell me again how this happened.
I was watching TV and I put my toe through the wall.
Just one toe?
Well, to start with, just one.
One toe.
Yep.
And now we're taking the siding off the east side of the house?
Not the entire east side, just the front half of the east side.
Your toe. One toe?
Just the one. Well, okay, so after my toe went in the wall, I figured I should look and see what's back there in the wall. So obviously, hands went in the hole too.
And?
Mold. It was mold.
Oh, boy. Isn't Lyssa allergic to...
Yes, shh, don't let her hear you.
Was it fresh mold? Like from, Hurricane Beryl in July?
It was like that, but older. Like years older.
Damn. Well, how much trouble you in?
Well, she decided not to press charges, which is good. I mean, she could have only gotten attempted manslaughter, and I don't even know if that's a thing, but still, a long trial would have been a pain in the ass.
I'll bet. She seemed spiteful.
She does carry a grudge longer than most, but this time she seems more smug than smitey. I'm worried.
You should be, man. Her smug is scary. Mm-hmm. Remember when she decided the neighbors no longer existed and they disappeared?
I think they moved.
Mm-hmm. That's what she wants you to think.
What's what I want you to think?
Hey, babe.
You two are jumpy.
Don't let her see your fear. It fuels her.
Is she looking at me? Is she looking at me?
I don't know. My eyes are closed. Boo.
Calm down. Jeez, you guys. I'm not a monster. I'm just checking to see how the wall's coming.
Oh, right. Well, it's coming along. Everything that needed replacing is replaced. The leaks are gone, and we're putting up the siding.
Yay! Awesome. What's next?
Well, next, we're going to caulk.
Oh, Lord.
Caulk Jokes!
Is she broken or something?
Yes.
I gotta tell Dale and Lori and Karen and everybody.
Okay, I bought us some time.
Time for what?
Preparation. She is going to do Caulk Joke Day again.
Whoa. Remind me again how we prepare for that?
Earplugs, power tools, and prayer.
Got it.
Yeah.
Dale.
What?
Dale.
What? Hey, and why is
Dale.
there a hole in your house?
Oh, Jay did that. Jay made a hole.
Oh, right. Yeah, he does that. So what's the what then?
You don't have a guess? You don't have a guess? Guess what day it is? Guess what day it is? Guess what day it is?
Friday?
Wrong!
Shit, really? Oh no. What day is it? Is it Monday? If it's Monday, I've got to go to
I know, that
work.
happened to me on Tuesday, but it's really Friday, for sure.
Oh, then why did you say it wasn't?
Because it's not just Friday. It's, are you ready? It's Caulk Joke Day!
Hey, hey, but no. The script is already written. The audience is waiting. We don't have time to add in all the caulk jokes. It's time for the show.
We can
open.
improvise. We're pros.
Oh no. We cannot.
Yes, we
can. We
can.
have a show to do.
Come on.
We are going to do it as written.
But come on, caulk jokes. Caulk in the hand. Come on.
Oh, Jesus.
Come on.
Ladies, gentlemen, and everybody in between.
Hey, man, is that caulk you got there?
Welcome to the My Friend Lyssa show.
You guys, you guys. They're playing with Caulk today, everybody.
Going straight in the gutter.
Caulk, I know there's
Okay, stop it. Okay. Featuring the musical mayhem of the magnificent Mr. Chris Messalesta.
I mean, can you...
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Don't they call it circumcision?
Is that hilarious?
Look, it just grows itself. I don't have to do
You
anything.
are a brat.
It's Caulk Joke magic. Just spit it out into the world.
With the amazingly professional and not prone to silliness, do you people hear me? Suffolk Goode Players. As if. Can we find the Norfolk Goode Players anywhere? I mean, Jesus.
He's gonna cut off the tip at an angle.
Look what you made me do. What you made me do.
I'm your master of ceremonies, the man with the plan, Leopold. Okay. All right.
Yes!
Okay. And here she is, the one and, thank God, only the queen of the cockpit, Lyssa Graham.
Thank you so much, everybody. Welcome to the show. It is going to be super awesome, great, and fantastic. A great big show like that cock my husband has his hand on.
Woo, that's
Stop
what she
it.
said.
Won't. Anyway, we got loads of laughs coming your way, including our good friends from Nuts, a check-in with the town of Fairvale, Caulk Jokes, and more. Are you guys ready? Let's do
In our last episode of Nuts, Mary Sue was given a mysterious football by Jonas, who told her it would prevent the apocalypse, unaware that its true purpose was to set the end of the world in motion. Now, Schroeder and Lucy must race through time and space to keep it from happening. Meanwhile, it's halftime at the Winona Ryder High's big game, and the Heathers trail 23-21.
Hey, Carlito, ¿qué te pasa? Cheer up, Chico. We're only down by 2.
Huh? Oh, I don't know. It's just sometimes I feel like busting loose.
Busting loose? That's what I do. Bust through the D-line, caramba!
Don't worry about me, Patricia. I'm fine.
You do not look so fine, Carlito.
Oh, it's nothing really. I was expecting somebody to be here, and oh, hey, Mary Sue. I thought you'd never get here.
Oh, Chuck. You wouldn't believe what I had to go through to get here. It sure is bright in here. And you wouldn't happen to have some potato chips around, would you? Ruffles of riches.
Are you okay? Hey, what's in that bag?
Wait, what bag? Oh, right. It's, is there some place we can talk in private? Ay, senor. I think she's going to give him her own pep talk.
Schroeder, I'm worried. We've been flying an hour, and as far as I can tell, we're still in World War I France. How are we gonna get back to 21st century Minnesota?
Easy, Liebchen. We should be coming up to the vortex soon.
Okay, but then what? What if we still can't stop the apocalypse?
Lucy, do you not see? If we fail, then we fail. Life itself is only an endless parade of pain, futility, and failure, so that even if we succeed, we are merely putting off the inevitable.
Well, and I thought my stupid brother was a wet blanket. I've got to prescribe you some Prozac, and Lexapro, and Cymbalta, and Wellbutrin, and let's just put some Valium on top of that, and a little thing.
Halt! Who approaches the temple of the great prophet?
Don't be silly, my sweet Babu. You know it's me and Jonas.
Whoa, dude. I haven't seen decor like this since the electric Kool-Aid acid test. Intense.
And you're getting dust all over it. Show some respect for the great prophet.
It's okay, Sally. I'm not offended. And my temple is the perfect place to wait for the end. My instruments tell me that the doomsday device is in place. When Chuck kicks it into action, this light will flash orange. We will then have 1 minute to make our escape before the chain reaction spirals out of control.
Awesome.
Groovy, I guess.
Oh, don't be such a party pooper, Jonas. You know you did the right thing.
Yeah, don't mean to be a downer. I just got spooked when we left my cabin and that bird started squawking at me. That little yellow dude really freaked me out. Bird? What bird?
Oh, that was just Snoop's friend Woodstock. He's harmless.
Harmless? I wouldn't be so sure. I must consult the prophecy.
Oh, Shorty! I was about to leave without you. We got some business to settle with a certain Bavarian motherfucker, and it's time to get the sop wither camizzle in gear. Hop in. No, not now, my brother. You can catch me up after we're done putting his sorry ass in a tailspin.
So let me get this straight. You're going to swap out the real football for that gizmo, and when I kick it, it's gonna save the world?
Well, when you put it like that, it sounds a little weird, but yeah, pretty much. You gotta trust me, Chuck. This came straight from Jonas.
Well, I don't know about Jonas, but I trust you. Okay, Mary Sue, but first, I want you to know something.
You do? Oh, okay, Chuck. Go ahead.
Mary Sue, wait. Mary Sue, where did you go?
Oh, don't worry, young man. She's still there.
I don't understand. What is this place? And who? You look kind of familiar.
Oh, I do I? Oh, I remember that football uniform. Never quite fit right. Always a bit tight around my waist.
Good grief! How do you know about that?
Look, Chuck, I'd love to give you the whole story, but I can't keep this portal open much longer. And anyway, Mary Sue needs me to pick up the grandkids. Now, what I was...
Mary Sue? God, I'm such a blockhead. You're me? Man, I know my hairline's receding, but I didn't think it would end up like that.
Oh, very funny.
I mean,
yes, bingo, I'm you. Now, pay attention, Sonny. There are crucial decisions you need to make now, and each one can trigger a different timeline. Naturally, I want you to trigger this one and not... And not what? Well, not the one where the Earth is a burned-out, lifeless husk of a world spinning eternally in darkness. Okay. Yours does seem like the better option, but how? Now, things are going to start getting pretty confusing in a minute, but
Wait,
you need to...
You mean this isn't confusing? I mean,
Shh. I'm almost out of time. But remember this. Your friends are not what they seem.
Huh?
Neither are your enemies.
I really hope I'm not this annoyingly vague when I get to be your age.
You must trust your family, and that includes your dog and your bird.
Huh? But Sally got sucked into the Great Pumpkin cult, and as for Snoop and Woodstock, I don't know.
Choose wisely, Chuck. Our planet is depending on you. Choose wisely.
Will Chuck save the world just for kicks? How will Lucy and Schroeder survive a dogfight for the ages, much less unravel Linus's diabolical plot? Anything can happen, because this show is nuts.
Good evening to all our public access channel viewers. I am Vicki Torrance, moderator, and welcome to tonight's much anticipated Fairvale Mayoral Election Debate. As you know, we are getting close to the election, and we have with us tonight our incumbent, Mayor Drummond.
Thank you so much.
And the opposing candidate, Mr. Alvin Whitehead. Mayor, we'll start with you. Can you give us a snapshot of what another Drummond term would look like?
Well, thank you, Vicky, and say hi to Kurt and the girls. We'll see you Sunday.
You know it, sir.
Now, if I had to boil down my many years as your mayor, I'd have to use the word useful. And I will continue to be useful when I'm reelected. For I believe I was useful when some choice contracts went to my friends and neighbors. That's the way America works, you know. And I'll continue to be useful as a volunteer judge for the Miss Fairvale beauty pageant. I know little Susie is going for it this year, right, Vicky? Goodness, there is an awful lot of good-looking young gals in our fair town. Picking the best one is a heck of a hard job, let me tell you.
Was that a double entendre?
So much.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and lastly, I'll be useful when I greenlight the incredible natural gas fracking project that's going to help our little town get on the map with the big oil companies.
Fabulous, Wally. Mr. Mayor, I love that you shared some of that with a small group of us before you broke ground on it.
Oh, now, hold on a minute.
Now, Mr. Whitehead, I was just getting to you. Tell us all what you envision if you were to become mayor, however unlikely.
Well, first, I'd like to speak to the inside favors our esteemed mayor seemed to be helping his cronies to without care for the little fella.
Are you speaking about Thomas Coleman? Well, he can't help being small. It's a glandular thing.
What? No. I'm talking about the average Fairvale citizen. When a small group benefits from the smoky backroom deals and kickbacks considered worse than bad taste, why, it's just wrong and illegal.
Mr. Whitehead, I think you better mind your tone. This is a civil occasion. People around here do not take kindly to rudeness.
No rudeness intended, sir. I just think I'd like the Fairvale voters to know that this candidate stands for integrity.
All right, gentlemen, let's move on. Mayor, can you please tell our audience what you are most proud of?
I am proud of the way people wave at me on the street when I pass them in my new shiny caddy. I see you, Dirk Cummins, and thank you for the great deal. I'm also proud to say that I was the one who come up with the idea to connect with our sister city in Spain. I enjoyed that trip there this summer with my family.
You are an international sensation, sir. Mr. Whitehead, do you have anything you're proud of?
Why, yes. I'm awfully proud of my wife and family. There they are. Hi, honey. They are the foundation that allows me to run a successful print and copy store and now to run for elected office. I don't have a fancy car, just an old minivan, and I don't jet set to faraway places when I know the job is to be here, right here. I don't even have a passport. I was born in Fairvale and intend to die here. And while my family has my back, I promise to have yours.
Interesting.
Now, hold on a minute. I feel like you're insinuating that something is amiss in my administration, and nothing could be further from the truth. Now, I employ many family members right here in Fairvale to serve my constituents.
Uncle
By
Mayor,
a show of
Uncle
hands,
Mayor, Uncle
who
Mayor.
here is happy with my performance?
He's the best.
Yeah.
Thanks, cousin.
Well, I tell you what, I think we could hold a vote right now and keep the good times a-going.
Oh, come on. That is completely wrong now. I must protest.
You're making
There
America
needs to be a free and fair election held, not this ludicrous cronyism subverting
Now,
our
what could be freer and fairer than the involved citizenry here at this debate tonight using their God-given rights to vote for me? Now, we could save the money and the time by just getting the darn thing over with.
Now, first, God didn't give us the right to vote. It's in the U.S. Constitution.
No, sir. I say we call for the vote right now. Vote! Vote! Vote!
Vote.
Well, it looks like a majority agrees with you, Mr. Mayor. All those in favor of the re-election of our mayor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Nay, and this is an absurd perversion of justice.
Congratulations, Mayor.
Thank you all. We'll see you at the after party at Barney's. It's on you, right, Barney?
That sounds like
Unbelievable.
Dad, can we go to Barney's?
Reach in the van, kids.
When danger calls, I'll take a message. When trouble comes into the station, I'm the conductor. When mystery checks in, I'll handle the luggage. I'm Cliffhanger, Private Eye.
Yes, it's another action-packed adventure of Cliffhanger, Private Eye. The Seamus who's out for justice, a quick buck, and trying to solve the mystery before the end of the show. And now, here's Cliffhanger in tonight's mystery, The Marrying Man, or Going to the Chapel and We're Gonna Get Murder.
Yep, I'm a private eye, a gumshoe, the last honest man in the big city. I get a bird's eye view from my office window, and from up here, it's not a pretty picture. It's a town streaked with greed, smudged with violence, dotted with fingerprints of depravity. Maybe my windows are just dirty. I made a note to pick up some Windex when the door opened and she walked in. She had a smile that made you wish you were 3 inches taller, and a figure with more curves than a freeway designed by a jittery engineer. She was tall and had a radiant shimmer, like a skyscraper on a sunny day. Man, I'd definitely been staring out of my window for too long.
Mr. Hanger.
That's right. Have a seat,
Mrs. Lola March. Thank you.
I also made a note to move my desk a little closer to the door. Have a seat.
Oh, thank you.
Now, what can I do for you?
My husband is missing. I haven't seen or heard from him in 3 days. You've got to find him, Mr. Hanger. Money is no object.
Don't worry, Mrs. March. You've come to the right place. Now tell me about your husband. Oh, by the way, I charge $100 a day plus expenses. Please continue.
Well,
It's also customary to get 1 day's fee in advance. And now, your husband, why don't we start with his name?
Howard, as I said...
cash or check. Either's fine, really.
How about a check?
Oh, please, Mrs. March. Let's not concern ourselves with money at a time like this. Where did you last see... it's 2 F's in Cliff, and hanger is like, for your coat, not your airplane. Oh, thank you.
Well, the last time I saw him was when he left for work on Monday morning. As he walked out the door, it looked like he was going to be sick.
He was worried about something?
Possibly. He'd also just made himself an omelet, and he's not a very good cook.
And he didn't come home that night?
No, and he didn't call. It's not like him. I called his office, and his secretary hasn't seen him since Monday either.
You have a picture of your husband I could borrow?
Yes, of course. Here.
Oh, thanks.
Is something wrong?
Yikes. Oh, no, of course not. But do you maybe have a better picture?
That's from last year's Christmas card.
It's festive. You mentioned your husband's office. What kind of work does he do? Judging by this, probably something that keeps him indoors, away from windows, children, animals, and the elderly.
He's an accountant.
And he's always looked this way?
I beg your pardon?
I mean, this is a recent photograph. No changes in his appearance, no massive reconstructive facial surgeries.
No, that's my wonderful Howard.
Had he mentioned any recent trouble at work? Any difficult clients?
Well, don't most people like their accountants?
Well, I wouldn't know. I've never made enough money to afford one.
Oh, please find him, Mr. Hanger. I don't know what I'd ever do if anything happened to Howard.
Uh-huh. And you're sure he's the man in this picture?
Of course.
And just making sure, you want him found?
Yes.
And just like that, I was back to work. I told Mrs. March I'd call her if I found her husband. Oddly enough, hearing that seemed to comfort her. She'd been gone for a few minutes, and I was deciding where to start my search when the door opened again. I described the woman who walked in, but I used up all of my purple prose on Lola March. This lady was pretty.
You're Mr. Hanger, the detective?
That's right. Please have a seat. Actually, I'll meet you halfway. What can I do for you?
My husband is missing, Mr. Hanger. I want you to find him.
Must be something in the water. Sorry, it's not you. A woman was just in here asking me to find her husband.
Well, I can imagine what she's going through. My husband's been gone for 3 days, and I haven't heard a peep from him. I am going out of my mind with worry.
Well, I'm here to help, Mrs. I'm sorry, I didn't get your name.
Audrey March.
Okay, Mrs. March?
Mrs. Howard March.
You don't happen to have a picture of your husband, do you?
Of course, here he is. Look, it's my little Pookie.
That sealed it. Names are a dime a dozen, but a face like Howard March's is one of a kind, and not a kind one at all. I had 2 mysteries on my hands, finding out where Howard March had gone and how he managed to get 2 beautiful women to marry him.
He came home for lunch on Monday.
Uh-huh. Missing. Very bad. Tell me, why him?
Excuse me?
I mean, tell me about your husband. The more I know about him, the easier it will be for me to find him. Is he
really funny, handy around the house? You know, his less obvious qualities?
Well, there's nothing really. He's just Howard.
Well, it can't be his cooking.
Well, how did you know Howard isn't a good cook?
I'm a detective?
Amazing.
I didn't mention the first Mrs. March to my new client. For one thing, I keep my clients' identities confidential. For another, they were a pair of paying clients, and business had been so slow lately, the bum I gave a dime to yesterday told me I needed it more than he did. So now I had 2 new clients and a brand new case. But despite that, I didn't have much to go on. So like a party planner with poison ivy, I had to start from scratch. I figured it made sense to start at Howard March's office. Nobody was there when I arrived, so I carped the diem and gave everything a once-over. Seemed to be in order. Files, a neatly organized desk, and a calendar. The only odds and ends were some matchbooks from a hotel downtown, a movie ticket stub, and a candy bar wrapper in the trash can. From the looks of his office, Howard March had to be the most boring bigamist who ever tied 2 knots. My work was interrupted by a pair of redwood trees in gray flannel who walked in without knocking.
Hey, you're not Howard March.
That's one of the nicest things anyone's ever said to me.
Who are you?
Building superintendent. Mr. March called about a leaky sink.
There's no sink in this office.
Yep, problem solved.
He looks familiar. Yeah. Now I got it. You're Cliffhanger.
Private Eye.
You're the shamus who sent Billy Flats up the river.
Billy Flats? That monkey wrench with a broken nose? He was one of the roughest punks the city has ever seen.
He's my cousin.
But, more misunderstood than anything else. A really charming young man.
What are you doing here, Hanger?
Come on, boys. You know that's confidential.
He doesn't want to tell us, Murray. Maybe he will once you beat it out of him, Mitch. Only one way to find out.
I'm looking for Howard March. His wives hired me to find him. There are 2. He has two wives.
What a coincidence. So are we.
We have so much in common.
I hope for his sake you find him before we do. Come on, Mitch. You seem forlorn.
No, it's just... I was really excited to hit him.
I suppose it was wrong for me to dangle the prospect in front of you like that, only to pull it away.
Such is the way of our work.
Yeah, it's a shame, yeah.
Hey, you know what? Go ahead.
Oh, you mean it? Even though he squealed?
Yeah, even though I squealed?
We only live once.
And some of us want to keep on living.
You understand, Mr. Hanger.
No, I don't. I get hit on the head a lot, but this time managed to distinguish itself. I opened my eyes and took stock of the room, hoping I didn't have a concussion. But everything seemed okay. I was still in Howard March's office. The goons who worked me over had split the scene, and a monkey in tweed was sitting behind the desk. Who are you?
I'm the professor, dear boy.
Oh, hey, do I have brain damage?
I'm sure you're fine.
Phew.
Are you all right?
I turned around and saw her. She was young, blonde, and wearing a blue dress that,
Are you talking to me?
Was I saying that out loud?
You were.
I must have been hit harder than I thought.
Now, enough of that. Time to stop monkeying around.
Hey, knock it off, you.
Excuse me?
Oh, not you. Anyway, what does he know? He's not a doctor.
Look, I'd like some answers. My boss is missing for 3 days. I go to lunch and I come back to find the office ransacked and a stranger lying unconscious on the floor.
Well, that's a typical day for me. Comes with a territory when you're a lone warrior for justice, a crusader for law and order, a meter maid on the boulevard of a civilized society. I'm Cliffhanger. Private Eye.
A detective? Oh, thank goodness. I could really use your help.
Finding your boss? That's what brought me here. You don't happen to know where he is, do you?
No, I haven't seen or heard from him since he left the office on Monday.
Any ideas where he might have gone?
Well, I wish I did. But wait, you were knocked out. Is someone else looking for Howard?
Yes, there were two. Four guys here looking for him. I fought them off as best I could, but really let three of them have it. But, I'm only human.
It sounds like Howard could really be in trouble. Please find him, Mr. Hanger. He's a swell guy.
I'm working on it. Say, you're not married to him by any chance, are you?
No.
Oh, shoot.
Well, not yet anyway. We're getting married in November.
We'll return to tonight's thrilling episode after this important message from our sponsor. Can you smell it? The fresh fall air. It's a magical time of year. Changing leaves, a brisk breeze, and of course, the smell of pumpkin spice. Now you can have the smell of fall all day long with SmellFresh dryer sheets in new pumpkin spice. Imagine your bath towels embracing you in that fabulous aroma each and every morning. Or those stinky sweat socks from Junior, now reminding you to be grateful he isn't playing football. Relax as you do load after load of laundry. You deserve it. And the best part, your family will love you for it.
Mom, my sweater smells like pumpkin pie.
I know. Isn't it rich? I love it.
Okay, but I'd rather have the pie.
New pumpkin spice dryer sheets from SmellFresh. You can even put them in your underwear drawer to really spice things up. SmellFresh, because you want to. Look for it in your grocer's coffee aisle.
Like Alice said to the White Rabbit, this is weird and it doesn't make any sense. There were two hired guns who were looking for Howard March. Why? Your guess was as good as mine. And even more bewilderingly, three beautiful women, at least three, wanted him back so they could continue being or start being his wife. On the one hand, those two goons knew I was looking for him and might come calling on me again. And on the other hand, if I couldn't find Howard, I'd have to beware the brides of March. I decided it was worth a shot to check the hotel whose matchbooks were in Howard's desk. It seemed to me that a man moving between two wives might need a neutral corner once in a while, so I checked with the clerk at the desk.
Can I help you?
Maybe so. Have you seen this man?
Ah! Not exactly a flattering picture.
If it is, I'd hate to see a bad one.
But yeah, I know him. That's Mr. March. He's in room 502.
Thanks, buddy. Here's 5 for your trouble.
Keep it. Just promise not to show me that picture again.
Who is it?
I'm looking for Howard March.
Never heard of him. You must have the wrong room.
Come on, March. You're in trouble. Your wife hired me.
Which one?
Aha!
Wait, I mean... You talked to her? How's my wife?
She's fine. Worried about you.
And my wife?
Ibid.
I hated to run out on them, but I'm in a mess.
What does the man who's got 2 wives think is a mess?
They probably told you I'm an accountant. Well, not all of my clients are engaged in strictly legal businesses.
So what, you're helping people fudge their W-2s and 1099s and collect a little extra from Uncle Sam?
My biggest client is Lucrezia Infactore.
The woman who turned down the Capone mob because she said they were too amateur? The Lucrezia Infactore who made Dillinger cry?
She always has her receipts in order. That's huge for an accountant.
I'll say this for you, Howard. When it comes to wives and clients, you sure know how to pick 'em.
It's not just that I work for her. You see, about 6 months ago, I started, helping myself to some of her accounts.
You're telling me you not only handle the books for one of the city's most ruthless and bloodthirsty crime bosses, but you stole from her too?
I didn't take that much. Besides, I didn't think she'd notice, and I needed the money. I'm planning a wedding.
Right, I met Millie. Mazel tov.
Thanks. We're really excited.
You can tell me where you're registered later. Right now, I've got to get you someplace safe. There's a couple of torpedoes walking the streets looking for you, and we have to...
Hello, Hanger. Thanks for leading us to march. And hello to you, Howard.
Mary, I can explain everything.
I'm sure you can, Howard. But the boss wants to hear for herself.
Soon, with the encouragement of the twin .45 automatics wielded by the boys, Howard and I hopped in the backseat of the car. 20 minutes later, we were in the well-furnished penthouse apartment of the queen of organized crime, Lucrezia Infactore. And there she was, eyeing the two of us with all of the come-hither look of a scorpion with a bad attitude. And...
I beg your pardon.
Huh?
You said all of that out loud.
Oh, sorry. Somebody hit me over the head today, and I'm still shaking it off, I think.
You did good, Mitch.
You're a very hard man to locate, Howard. I'd hoped the boys would track you down, but in hindsight, perhaps I should have hired Mr. Hanger to find you in the first place.
Well, you'd be in good company.
You were so foolish to try to hide from me, Howard.
Lucrezia, we can talk this out. If you'd only listen...
You know what has to happen now.
But...
Now, hold on just a minute, lady. First of all, sorry about the scorpion remark. Like I said, my birdcage got rattled earlier, and I haven't replaced all the newspaper yet. But second, why don't you give this guy a break?
After what he did to me, you think I should just let it all go?
Well, why not? Heck, what he stole from you, you can take back in an afternoon at one of your floating crap games that you've got all over town.
Mr. Hanger...
Just a second, Howard. Now, look, if you really want to punish him, send him home. The guy juggles wives the way some people handle bowling pins. Not only that, but he's getting hitched again. Let him go and figure out how to finagle all of that. I could give you a month, and you couldn't dream up a worse fate.
Mr. Hanger, but
Not now, Howard. So he skimmed a little. I mean, clearly he doesn't have the best judgment. But is that really worth killing a guy over? If his wives haven't done it yet, then bumping him off for embezzlement seems like small potatoes.
Mr. Hanger, please...
For Pete's sake, what, Howard?
She didn't know I embezzled the money.
She didn't?
I didn't.
Damn it!
Then why was she chasing you all over town?
Because Mr. March promised to marry my daughter, Catarina.
Hiya, Howie.
And he got cold feet.
Oh, I forgive you.
I don't.
I told you, Lucrezia, I don't want to get married.
First time for everything.
Yeah.
I wanted to bring him here so they could be joined in holy matrimony.
Oh, what a happy occasion.
Of course, this news changes our plans.
But Mama, you promised I'd have my wedding.
Well, we'll still have a wedding, precious. The two of you will get married right here and now.
Oh.
And then we'll have a funeral.
But the deposits for the florist and the caterer are non-refundable.
We need flowers and food for a funeral, don't we?
Good point.
This is the end.
And once again, I don't have a date for a wedding. So there we were, giving new meaning to the term shotgun wedding. Under the watchful eye of Lucrezia Infactore, Howard and Catarina were going to tie the knot, and then the nooses would be tied around our necks.
Are we ready to start?
We still need witnesses.
Usually when your mom does business, she doesn't leave any witnesses.
You got that right.
We can do it, ma'am.
Happy to help.
What's the matter with you?
I always cry at weddings.
Oh, dear.
What are we going to do?
Do you want to return the money and marry Catarina for real?
No.
Okay. I'll come up with something then.
Oh, come on, let's get on with it.
Right. But if we're going to do this, we should do it right.
Absolutely, I agree. I only get married and watch my husband get killed on the same day once.
Honey.
Mitch, Murray, I need you up here.
Boss?
Go on.
Okay, all right. You stand here and you stand... Oh, wait a minute. How are you going to hold the flowers?
What flowers?
Well, whoever heard of a wedding without flowers? You got to free up your hands.
But we got our guns.
Well, fine. I'll hold them for you, but you owe me.
Okay. Thanks, Seamus.
Yeah, thanks.
No problem.
Now, get your hands up, all of you.
Holy cats! He's got guns.
And mine's gone.
Mine too.
Next, you're gonna tell me you don't have the rings either. Mom!
Oh, all those non-refundable deposits.
Call the cops, Howard. I'll keep an eye on the wedding party.
Thanks, Mr. Hanger. But if you don't mind, can you call them?
Why?
Well, but maybe it's the traumatic experience, but I'm sort of seeing Catarina in a new light now. I'd love to get to know her a little better.
Oh, sheesh. This whole time I've been thinking I'm the one who needed his head examined. This guy's nuts. Isn't he, Professor?
I'd go so far as to say he's bananas.
Bananas. Bananas.
Mr. Hanger, who are you talking to?
Another case closed from the files of Cliffhanger. But even now, trouble is getting dressed, danger is making dinner reservations, and mystery is picking up the babysitter. It won't be long before a new client brings Cliffhanger back to the doorstep of intrigue and adventure. Join us next time for another exciting story of Cliffhanger Private Eye.
All right. Good job, everybody. That's a wrap. Lyssa? Lyssa? Lyssa!
Yes?
We're wrapped. What are you doing?
Oh, I'm plotting.
Have you not had enough Caulk Joke Day joy?
Is there enough Caulk Joke Day joy? Really?
Probably not.
See? But that's not what I'm plotting.
Go on.
I am plotting survival tactics for November. I'm gathering up the things I need to get through the final days of the election. I'm thinking ahead.
Booze, babes, and bitars?
Really? Bitars? Bitars.
Well, alliteration. You know, it's not just for English lit majors anymore.
Well then, well said, sirrah. No. I'm gathering up all the movies where the dog dies, or the mom, or the dad. Really anything sad. Alice Sebold novels, Dobby's death scene, or written or CGI, doesn't matter. I am stockpiling bleakness and despair. Yes.
Oh, that sounds like fun?
It is. Not really, but it's because I'm starting to feel like we might win this thing.
Oh, shh. Karma fairy and all of that.
I know. I don't want to tip them off to the joy thing. I mean, I can feel it. It's like circling around that festering hate hole in my heart. You know, the one where I keep my Gen X feelings?
Ooh, that's bad.
Yeah, it is. I know. I can't let that shit out. People get hurt. So I figure I can use the sadness and despair to camouflage the exploding happiness and enthusiasm.
Huh. You know, that's not a terrible idea.
It's the only one I got. You watch the debates. We destroyed them both. I mean, it feels good.
Do I smell optimism?
Read the credits, Dale. Read them.
Yep. On it.
Okay. Okay. Quick Caulk Joke inserts ready. Hey, Dale.
What, Lyssa?
CJ out there? He's walking his caulk. In fact, he's got the caulk of the walk. It's big.
Beg pardon?
It's not nothing. Hey, Jake, come here. Run outside and go stand in front of your dad, okay? Hurry.
On it!
What?
He's caulk blocking.
You get it?
Oh.
I love Caulk Joke Day!
Yeah.
Hey, Dale.
What?
Did you hear about Jack Smith's latest indictment?
Is this another Caulk joke?
No, but it's almost as much fun.
Yeah, it actually is. That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good times, huh?
This episode of My Friend Lyssa, Autumn-onopoeia, was written by Lori Furth, Lisa Graham, Dale Leopold, and Jack Mooney, and featured the vocal talents of the Suffolk Goode Players, Rebecca Davis, Dustin Ebaugh, Lori Furth, Lisa Graham, Dale Leopold, Chris Mazzalesta, Karen O'Brien, and George Washington III. Original music composed, performed, and produced by Chris Mazzalesta. No song this time. Don't worry, we'll write more. Editing, sound design, and audio production by Dale Leopold. Artwork by Richard McMurray. If you enjoyed this episode, the biggest favor you can do us is to tell a friend or two about it. And again, while this is the time we would normally ask you to join our Patreon at patreon.com/myfriendlyssa, Lyssa, a better use of those dollars might be as a donation to the Harris Walls campaign or to your local Democratic candidate. So until next time, stay safe out there, vote blue, and once again, thank you for listening.